involved. It doesn't look right.
Where have you been?
Nowhere. I've done nothing. That's what I was telling Sam. I've done absolutely nothing. I've been off all summer. I haven't done jack shit on purpose. On purpose. I busted my ass from January to May, so I didn't really. I've been working around town.
You just wanted to take the summer off.
Absolutely. I went to Nantucket for a week. I didn't do anything.
And you live in New York.
Absolutely.
I don't believe that.
You know, totally.
I don't believe that.
I go to the park every day. I roam around. I do absolutely nothing.
God, I haven't seen
totally good. I go watch Norton at the Cellar and try to learn how to do comedy.
Yeah, once in a while we bump into each other down there.
Yeah, occasionally.
So what are you doing with your summer?
I've been doing nothing.
Just wandering around.
Yeah, exactly. I started dating a girl. I've been going to see her. She lives in Cleveland.
I didn't even know you weren't you married or you're
I'm 0 for 2. I was married twice. I married somebody who used to work here.
Yeah, I thought you were still. I didn't realize.
No. Yeah, she's been gone since 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, who were you married to around here?
She worked in Cosmo Radio forever, but she's not here anymore.
Not one of the guys from OutQ, right?
Yeah, it was actually, yes. It's the big black dude. So, she worked for Cosmo Radio. Her name was Victoria. But,
I didn't know.
We were Vic and Victoria. She was a hot brunette, tall. Hot, she was the prettiest girl that worked here.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I walked in here in 2005 and wandered through these cubicles and found the hottest girl worked here and said, oh, yeah, I need to have this.
And you ended up marrying her.
Yeah, exactly.
How long did it last?
Oh, 3 years.
3 years?
Horrible decision.
I got to see what she looks like now.
She's pretty. She was really pretty.
Are you still friends?
I haven't talked to her, but yeah, I guess so. You know, I don't care. She didn't. It was the easiest divorce ever.
Really?
It was like a $1,500 drive through, 2 people, bang boom.
That's
no
it.
arguing, no meanness.
Nice.
No, it was a perfect. Absolutely. Everybody should get divorced like that.
I like Vic a lot. He does our show. He does great on the show, and then it's weird. We forget about you.
Well, that's
and then your name pops up in the back office. I'm like, yes, of course, Vic.
Right. Well, I'm not annoying like Voss and Bobby Kelly.
And then
they have an agenda. They're trying to do something. I don't really care.
But then I just assume you're not available because of that voice. I just assume you have to live in, I don't know, Alabama.
Everybody thinks that. I know. No one knows that I am hillbilly New Yorker. I've been here for almost 30 years.
And you still talk like...
Yes, it was worse. It was way worse. You know?
That's so strange.
I know, it's crazy, but I'm not taking lessons. My brother came here years ago. He was going to model, and his accent was worse than mine.
What do you mean he was going to model?
He was a model. He was doing regional modeling down in Alabama. He was on every John Deere ad and every kind of fucking billboard.
Very handsome guy.
Good-looking guy, ex-football player, and I would see him when I was in high school. He's 12 years older than I am, so I would turn on the television and see him in commercials. When you opened up the Sunday paper, he was the guy in there with the tennis racket.
Right.
You know, doing.
So obviously you guys have different mothers.
So different dads.
Oh, different dads. Okay, it's very obvious.
Different dads, absolutely. And so, but he did so well.
You do well for yourself because I'm now looking at your ex that used to work here.
You got a picture of her?
You do all right for yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, buddy.
Anyway, go ahead. So he comes to New York.
He came here. Yeah, that's her. He came here for, he was doing so well, he came up here because he was going to try to do national modeling. But his accent, you know, there's no, unless it's like, drink Budweiser. There's nobody that you can do anything. So they told him to take lessons. And I was in high school, and I was at his house one day, and I heard him in the back going, A-E-I-O. I go in the back, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, I'm working on my accent. I'm going to be a model. I got to do.
Oh, you know? Wow.
And I'm like, I really admired you in my entire life until now. I really thought you were my hero. You're my big brother, but now you're the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
How did it work out?
No, it didn't work out at all. He can't fix that.
So what is he doing now?
He sells insurance. That's what he does.
Because the looks went away.
He still looks pretty good. He still looks good, though. Yeah,
but couldn't they do print modeling? You don't have to.
He did print. That's what he wanted, but he was a little too big.
So why did he need the AEIOU crap?
Because he was trying to be. He wanted to be global. He wanted to be big. He wanted to go.
But you don't really,
you know,
the models don't really speak in commercials. They're
well, yeah. Somebody told him. So that's what somebody told him.
Right.
The girl that came with him, her name was Pam Long. She stayed. She was a Miss Alabama, and they came up here together. She was always the woman in the ad where he was the man.
And wait, were they dating or just friends?
Just friends a little bit. Yeah, she married some dude from like The Young and the Restless, and totally Mac Daddy, big filthy rich, total successful television career.
Wow.
Yeah, she stayed. She was the pageant girl that had like a puppet.
All right.
The pageant girls always have a puppet for their talent. If they don't sing, they have a puppet. I don't know if you know.
I never watched a pageant.
You don't? Oh, really?
Only the toddlers and tiaras.
Of course. Well, yeah, that's a given. You never screwed a pageant girl? You never? No.
No.
Oh, come on, just to see the look on their face.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to.
That's right. You have to. Pageant girls are nasty.
Vic does all right for himself, huh?
So look, what else is there to do in Alabama? There's nothing to do in Alabama growing up. You just ride, you're sitting around, you're going, hey, what do you want to do? You want to fuck or something?
Wait, who are you friends with again? It's Barkley?
Sure, yeah, absolutely, yeah, totally. I saw Bo Sunday. I was in Peoria, Illinois with Bo Jackson Sunday.
You know him?
Yeah. I know Charles better, but I know Bo a little bit. And he was at this charity event, and he was there, and so I talked to him.
Barkley's one of our favorite people.
Barkley's one of the coolest people on the planet Earth. Yeah.
He's in mainstream media and doesn't give a fuck.
No, he could care less, right.
He's pretty much the only one.
Yes. I
can't think of another guy that is as brave as Charles Barkley on TV.
I met Charles at the Baptist Student Union. We were 18. It was the first week of college at Auburn University, and we both went there because we thought church girls are slutty. And it was the only, and we saw a flyer like mixer at the Baptist Student Union, and my roommate and I were over there, and we were like, that's Charles Barkley. He played 40 miles away from us, so we knew from high school.
So he was already famous.
Yeah, we knew who he was. He was a beast in high school, you know. And so my friend goes, let's go talk to him. So we went walking over there to talk to him. There's no one there. There's like 17 losers wandering around the Baptist Student Union, and we're like, you made the same mistake I did? And he goes, yeah, church girls are slutty. and we're all like, yeah, but none of them are here. And so, but that's where I got to be friends with him.
Did you get laid that night?
Not that night. No, not that night.
Do you still talk on a regular basis?
A couple times a year, I'll call him. I saw him. I went to the Auburn Florida State National Championship game last January in football, and so
he was there.
He was sitting. Him and Tim Hudson were 2 rows in front of me. And he was He fell on me in the men's room. I had to call him the next day. I'm like, you didn't even know it was me you fell on, you drunk fuck. And he was like, oh, Henley, you crazy.
He likes to.
He was hammered.
He likes to feel.
He was completely hammered.
Yeah.
Well, he's off. He wasn't working. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And he had 2 or 3 people to catch him when he would fall.
Right.
And that was it. But yeah, I was going in through the outdoor of the men's room, and he tripped and fell on me. And I'm like, God damn it. He looked at me. He's like, Henley. I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I went to the same college you did.
Can we call him? You got his number?
I don't have my phone with me, but yeah, if I'd have brought my phone, we could.
Oh, what a nice
You travel without your phone?
As much as I can. Yeah, I hate taking the phone. That's my favorite thing in the world is to go somewhere without my phone.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, I hate it. I didn't get a phone until 2007. I did not have a cell phone until 2000. Victoria, the girl, made me get the phone because she was wondering what I was doing. She did not trust me.
You left your house without a phone today?
Absolutely, yeah. I brought my wallet. That's all I need.
Can you imagine doing that?
No, I can't imagine going to the bathroom without my phone.
Right. If you forget your phone at home.
How many have you dropped in the toilet?
None, but I tell you, I almost knocked one off the thing into the toilet. I had a fucking full logs in there, and I stood up and I hit my phone and it went to the edge of the counter, but I had hit it hard enough where if I had hit it flush, it would have flown right off into the toilet. I got kind of lucky, and I didn't hit it that hard.
My mom dropped 2, and she was in the old folks' home temporarily last year for about 60 days. She didn't like it, and she moved out. But she dropped 2 in the toilet.
Where's she now?
She's at home. She went back home.
She said, "Fuck this."
She hated it. She had her back surgery, and it went bad, and she almost died, and then she was convinced she was going to die, so she put herself in the old folks' home, and then a month in the old folks' home, get me the fuck out of here, and she moved back home, and she's been fine ever since.
Is she by herself at home?
She's totally by herself. She drives. I talked to her yesterday.
She'd rather fall down the stairs at home
totally, completely,
than being an old age home.
And they are narrow, weird-ass steps that are really easy to fall on.
Good for her.
Yeah, but she doesn't. She was getting her car serviced yesterday. She's 80. She still drives. I was talking to her yesterday at the dealership. Right.
All right, let me, Vic Henley's here. He's one of my favorite people, and I swear then we forget about him, which is crazy on our part. We got Brody in Dallas. Brody, sorry to make you wait so long, buddy.
It's worth every minute. Morning, boys.
Good morning.
So we got this crazy story. I think it's in the Post today about Jerry Jones with this crazy sextortion.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not to interrupt, but this story hit a couple days ago on the internet, and now it's finally on the front page today.
Yeah, if it's him.
It's real.
What do you mean? They're saying it's got to be him. Oh, okay.
It's totally him. And the craziness is all of the pros explain the details, but it's ironic because he's like playing this whole family man persona. And if it's true that this is sextortion, it really plays into the stuff you guys have talked for years about that perv switch. And also, he's been extorting people with these fucking terrible ass pizza deals with Papa John's for years. So it's a little bit ironic.
Well, he's been married for 51 years, so look, if you own the Dallas Cowboys and you're getting some pussy on the side, your wife better just fucking shut up and take it.
That's the Texas way.
He is a billionaire. Wait, you can't just punch out. What's the extortion with the pizza guys?
Oh, well, I mean, it's just fucking, first of all, Papa John's, I mean, that's not an excuse for pizza, especially if you're, used to that New York slice, especially rolling, we can call it, the pedestrian.
I personally am not a fan of Papa John's, so you're correct.
No, E-Rock loves it. But.
Yeah, E-Rock's a big fan of the Papa John's.
Yeah, he loves the garlic butter saw. I mean, but he's got these deals that he's just extorting people with, where you win some shit if they win a game, you get like a discount on a pizza. It's just all about taking people's money and then portraying this family man persona, which is just what makes this hilarious. Everyone in Dallas is all up in arms. It can't be true, it's extortion. When in reality, like Jimmy said, you know what? He's probably just getting some fucking pussy.
Yeah, the pictures are pretty impressive. There's one girl that's on her knees with her left ear pretty much resting on Jerry Jones's penis.
And her arm is kind of against his thing. So she might be touching his dick or just left of it.
When it first came out, I thought the shadow of her cheek was actually his penis head touching her. I thought it was for on a quick glance the first time, I'm like, oh, his little Peter head sticking out there touching her on the face.
The cheek looks like it could be the head.
Right. Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty fucked up.
His tie looks undone. I don't know. He looks a little fucking, he looks loaded.
Oh, he looks all pilled up or something. Yeah, he's a little...
He's always loaded, man.
Is he? I don't know if he drinks or not or does anything, but it's just the look in that picture.
The pictures are terrific. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones caught in racy pics. Thank you, Brody.
Watch it out.
I'm just going to read a little bit of this here. Racy photographs allegedly of Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones in sexually suggestive poses with young women hit cyberspace Tuesday in an apparent extortion plot. How did they get these pictures?
Somebody snapped this picture, and how does Jerry Jones let someone else take this picture? I don't understand.
Yeah, and somebody's got to be with him. He doesn't travel alone. He's got somebody with him. So if he missed it, somebody standing there should have certainly caught this. But yeah, I agree.
Maybe Jerry was letting one girl take the picture. I don't know how this happened. It was posed to the picture.
Oh yeah, sure.
Could it be more like just him fucking around a little bit?
Or was his judgment impaired?
Let's see. One image of the outspoken football executive showed him cupping the breasts of a blonde woman in a restroom.
How do they know where he is?
Another shot appears to show a dark-haired lovely in the same restroom kneeling with her cheek up against his crotch. The tweeter, who goes by the handle, whatever. I don't need to figure this shit out. Posted these pictures with the caption, "Sins of Jerry Jones." A 72-year-old head cowboy has been married to his wife for 51 years. The sports gossip site Therese Owens first posted the images. Deadspin identified the Twitter source as Dallas Cowboys and Mavericks groupie Frank Hoover, who claims he got the pictures from others who had planned to extort Jones with the odd images. The photos also appear in a 20-page manifesto addressed to Jones titled "Uncovering the Truth." In the rambling letter, Hoover alleges he got the photos from a group of people who conspired to blackmail the billionaire. "I am the way, the truth, and Jerry, you are my light," wrote Hoover, who calls himself the son of God. Great.
Just another one.
You got to deal with a whack job.
Another one.
Hoover said he had to move from Dallas to Wichita, Kansas, because unknown forces were out to kill him over his knowledge about the alleged plot against Jones. "So I gave my own life to save yours," he wrote. As the son of God, Hoover said, he was put on earth to save Jones from danger.
Oh, this is good. That's good stuff right there.
But he's
got to move to Wichita. That's the only place you can go to get away from everything.
But he's definitely posing.
The whole thing. It's totally, yeah, exactly. He's hammered. He's grabbing some boob. He's having a good time. He's Jerry Jones.
Yeah, maybe the girls wanted to take a picture, and he was like, sure. Like, that's where your judgment's a little low.
Absolutely, right.
And then he said, what the hell, a cup of breast. I'm a billionaire, God
I
damn
can
it.
do whatever I want.
Right. Whatever. What do you think
51 years. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine knowing someone for 51 years. That's crazy.
It's a long time. Real long time. So,
do you have somebody you've known that long in your life? Do you have somebody, my friend, I have a friend Norton. I have a friend Chuck Norton. I've known Norton for 45 years.
45 years.
He's the longest I've known anybody, yeah.
No, this radio career has kind of moved me around enough where, like, a lot of people I did know I haven't seen in so many years, so unfortunately. I got brothers that they still have their childhood friends.
Right.
I mean, when they were in, you know, kindergarten, they met, and they're still friends to this day.
Ron White's tour manager, Steve Cook, is his. He met him when he was 5 years old. He lived across the street from him. They're 52-year friends or something like that. Yeah,
Ron White was on our show in Montreal. He killed it.
I've been doing dates with him and Kathleen Madigan, and that's what's coming back up in the fall. So,
good for you.
Oh, he's great. We've been having so much fun. He's having a great time.
Yeah, I like Ron a lot.
He's a good dude. Yeah, exactly. Fun time, boy. That's nothing. You're talking about easy money.
Right.
Good God, flying around on a plane and riding around on the bus and hanging out with those guys.
Nice crowds.
Great crowds, always sells out. It's always great. The after parties are always great. Everything's fun. You know, the tequila's free.
How much time do you have to do?
25 minutes. Yeah, exactly. And I can change it up and do different things. He doesn't care. It's just really fun. It's completely amazing. Some of the best theaters ever. I've been on stage at Radio City Music Hall. I thought I'd never get to do that.
He sells that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he does all right. Yeah. He does the Vegas. He kills it out there at the Mirage. He packs that fucker totally. Really? Yeah. They want him more weeks than he would do.
He's got to be pulling in $250,000 a year.
At least.
Let's get Morgan in here. We got Morgan Spurlock, who only has a limited amount of time.
Yeah, he has 4 minutes.
You know what? There's a big anniversary today.
What is it, September?
Hey, Morgan. What's up, buddy?
Hey, brother.
I'm Morgan.
How are you? Good to see you.
Vic Henley.
How are you?
One of the greatest events in New York City history happened 40 years ago today.
What year are we in? 14? That's 1970.
74.
Something we've talked about a lot on this show. It horrifies both of us, and we had the guy in. That's some great clues.
And we had the guy in.
And we didn't really like him. We're kind of bummed.
The guy walking between the trade centers.
Philippe Petit.
That's right.
That was 40 years ago today.
Wow.
Have you ever seen the pictures of that?
It's amazing.
And
it's crazy.
Did you see the documentary? How they got the whole fucking thing done?
The documentary's crazy good.
Yeah, how they shot the arrow across
They shot the arrow with a basic tiny little thin rope, and then they made the ropes bigger and bigger and tied them down all in the middle of the night.
Incredible.
Obviously, it's incredible because we can't really imagine, security before 9/11.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't just sneak all that equipment into a building nowadays. They're the
and
pictures.
the video camera got fucked up or something, so they couldn't
They
tape.
don't have video of this.
Yeah.
And then
It's amazing.
It's one of the coolest things ever. Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. And then he laid down in between the towers and just looked up at the planes going by and stuff.
God almighty, that must have sucked. Like you're just laying there, you're like, I'm laying on a rope between two buildings. What the fuck am I doing?
1,000 feet.
Yeah, why am I doing this?
What
Imagine if
happened?
he had a panic attack and couldn't stand up.
Right. What happened to the camera? He was trying to video it that day?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the problem was.
Because they have some footage from the ground that's he's like a dot in the air, so it's,
It's shit, yeah.
Could you imagine if they had video on the side of the building as he was doing this?
The photos are good, though. Like, they have some really good photos.
Yeah, there's some great
an iconic
pictures.
picture. But, you can say I'm afraid of that in every personal life. We go, yeah. There's a guy named, we talk about, what's his name? The guy who climbs, Alan Robert. Do you know who he is?
Oh, the Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he climbs with no
Human
equipment.
Spider-Man,
yeah.
that's right.
Right.
No equipment, but this guy's braver because he was his feet on a rope, nothing to grab onto.
It's completely horifying. Could you imagine just walking out onto that rope or whatever they call it?
I wouldn't cross a sidewalk if it was that high.
Imagine the sidewalk is from one tower to the other. Would you walk that sidewalk? That's a good question.
Hell no.
Would you ride a bike?
Not even with handrails. No.
Yeah, not even with handrails. Right. Yeah,
You
hell
can
no.
ride a bike down a sidewalk, and you know you're not going off the side whatsoever. But now take that sidewalk in between the old twin towers. Would you do that?
I wouldn't.
Hell no, right?
Be scared to death.
Isn't it weird? Like, you'd fall over.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't fall over on a regular, like you said, regular bike.
You don't
do
even
for
think
a mile.
twice about it, right?
Fuck. Well,
But you would just panic. You would just panic.
You would run to the edge. You would really want to run and throw yourself over the edge for some reason.
but, it's just they're showing Anton Red Eye on fucking Imus. Hope nothing happened.
Why now?
I don't know. Maybe it's just an Imus replay.
Oh,
we never know. We just look up and see someone we know on fucking
Right, exactly.
for ourselves.
Right, exactly.
What is your show? I did not watch it.
It's it premieres,
I meant to
premieres
watch
tonight.
it.
Oh,
No,
good.
we
I'm
have
so glad I
copies.
didn't lie.
Perfect. Copies. Oh, it premieres tonight on Showtime called Seven Deadly Sins.
You always have something going on.
I know.
Are you running out of show ideas at this point?
Yeah. I ran out at one.
You're making us all look bad.
Yeah.
He's always working.
That's
He is
unbelievable.
He's very diligent.
How do you come up? Like, I came up with one show idea,
Yeah.
which was that I get blown by girls and then
That's
tell
a
everybody
great
how
idea.
good it was.
That's a great idea.
It's a great show.
I don't know if I'd watch that show.
No, but no, that's what people said when I pitched to the network. They're like, nobody would watch this but you and the girl and her husband.
This is for Showtime, but you also have something for CNN.
We have a show on CNN,
That just
Inside
ended.
Man. Yeah, which we're shooting the 3rd season right now.
Oh my God, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. No, but the Seven Deadly Sins show is fantastically dark and weird, and
Right.
Yeah, I grew up loving Alfred Hitchcock and Outer Limits, and remember The Hitchhiker? That show used to be on HBO.
Sure.
Yes.
And a guy would come to town, crazy shit would happen, and so I always wanted to make like a nonfiction version of like an Alfred Hitchcock Presents, where
Right.
all the stories are true but just as dark and weird, and the show's fantastic.
I'm so mad I didn't see it.
How many episodes?
I meant to.
7, yeah. seven
That
this time
sucks
around.
that you penned yourself in on an idea.
That's right.
You should have done the 12 apostles.
I know.
You should see my new show, 104 Deadly Sins.
Exactly. 365 days.
We have modernized.
But you're smart enough that you will figure out a second season.
Oh yeah, well
You will.
the best part is there's so many fantastic, crazy people out there that we're gonna it's an endless supply. Like we
Oh,
had
right.
so
'Cause
much
the
good
sin
stuff.
can be different. Like the sin is the same, but the example of the sin can be different.
That's
Gluttony,
exactly right.
Right,
All
yeah.
right.
Sloth.
That's right.
Sloth.
So
Yeah.
explain what we're
Envy,
gonna-
greed, anger, lust.
Yeah, lots of
So
good
bad,
lust.
pretty
There's
much,
lots
yeah.
of good lust.
I bet there's got to be a ton of lust. Yeah.
So good. Like in the lust episode, which is one of my favorites, we found this one of the stories. We tell 3 stories in every show, and one of the stories. Thank you very much. One of the stories that we she brought me a coffee. That's what I was thinking.
Yes,
her for.
yes.
That one of the stories is about a company, because people like to have sex with animals. They're just
Right.
people that like to
Why
have
are you
sex
looking
with
at
the
me?
animals. I'm
Yeah.
not like,
What the fuck? Why are
I'm
you
from,
looking at me?
I'm from Alabama.
You
This is
look-
totally-
you look-
He's from Alabama.
I'm from Alabama.
I'm
Look
saying
at
you
me
looked
like-
at him.
But you look so innocent.
I'm
Make it-
totally with you.
No, you look innocent. I wanted to make sure that you knew that people do
Yeah,
like
the
this
way
in
you
the
said
world.
was just so obvious. Of course they do. You're supposed to do. You feed it. You might as well fuck it.
But if you don't live, like where I grew up in West Virginia, you don't live in Alabama, you're not close to an animal. What do you do?
What's the number one animal you think? Sheep.
well,
I'm going
Cows.
sheep.
I bet you it's a cow or a horse.
Well, I'd say people probably like the idea of a horse the most because of its giant phallus. But people probably can't handle that as much as other animals,
Oh,
which is
being
why.
fucked. Oh, dogs.
Oh yeah, dogs. Which is why there's
Oh
a
yeah,
company.
dog's gotta be number one.
Yeah, there's a company called Exotic Erotics that say you want to have sex with said steed, but said steed is not around. You can call them up and order the Jackson, and the Jackson. That's what it's called. And
Really?
So they
Why is it
will,
called the Jackson?
because that's the name
Named
of the
after
horse.
Reggie. It's number 44.
All right.
They will
24 inches for your pleasure.
So they get said animal excited. They put, said sheath over animal, create mold of giant penis,
Right.
and send it to you for the comfort of your own home.
Oh, they don't even bring you the horse?
Oh, no,
They don't bring you
I was hoping you're in your house, you hear beep, beep, beep,
I
and
was
you
gonna
fucking
say,
see that
right,
truck
right.
out front.
The trailer's out front.
Fucking dumb horse looking out the back. Like, oh no, not again. I got a fucking fat one.
What the hell do you do with this thing now?
Put it in your pussy.
I
guess so, right.
I don't know.
You stick
That
it on the floor.
satisfies the
It's good.
fantasy.
I guess enough because it's gigantic. But
What
they also
state?
have like dogs. You can order whatever. Like if you get like a Doberman or a German Shepherd, you can get the different dogs.
And you talk to women that have done this.
We spoke to some folks, but they didn't want to be on the show.
Surprised they didn't want to be on camera.
Well, can't you?
I told them, I said, listen, we'll blur your face out,
All
everything.
that
And they're
shit.
like, no, we really don't want to be on. And I was like, all right, fine.
But they've ordered these things.
Oh, yeah, lots. They send them all around the world. It's crazy.
Probably mostly the men, though. I can't see women. Maybe some women, too. But I think women would like the idea. 'Cause I've talked to a woman who fucked a dog once, and she said, I did.
No, it's just the casualness of
That's
it.
it. It's like Tuesday. It's
like-
just Tuesday to him. It's just
Like
another
he's
day.
just
And did
giving
she-
us the weather.
But did she seek out the dog to have sex with? Or did she just have a dog who one day the dog got aroused?
I think I actually don't know. It might have been a friend's. I don't remember. But she said what she liked about it was the rawness of it, like the fact that this thing just mounted and fucked. There was a basic in nature thing about just being mounted and fucked that she liked.
What about the nails? the claws.
She didn't. I didn't get. I honestly, she didn't tell me that. I came as soon as she said it. So I didn't get any more details.
That was one of the first porns I ever saw. Was a dog fucking a lady.
Really?
Yeah, a buddy of mine.
Explains everything.
Whole movie.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly.
Explains everything.
Our friend down the street found his dad's porn stash, and he was running them illegally. He was charging people. He was running them in the basement, and charging the neighborhood kids to come in and watch the porn. And
he had a dog.
And one of the first ones was called Dog Tamer. And this lady was in a barber chair. And this big fucking Great Dane comes in the room.
And his name is Brad Gray. He now runs Paramount Pictures.
I was going to say.
It was the basement, you said?
Yeah.
So was he trying to touch you guys too?
No,
because that seems a little creepy.
No, just
So did he have it set up all nice for you guys?
Exactly. Right, chairs, he had iron folding chairs. He had 4 little rows
and
of chairs.
then how did he get the word out that he had porn for you guys?
One neighborhood kid tells everybody.
That's like the Little Rascals. Like he's outside.
Exactly. That's what was going on. That's exactly what was going on. Eddie Landers is running porn in the basement. Get over there.
And did he get caught ever?
Well, but we got away with it for about a month.
That's it.
Then he got caught. Yeah.
How old was he?
We were like 12, 13. He was about 15. He's a couple years older.
Oh, I thought he was his father.
No. He found his dad's porn. It was his dad's porn.
You did say that. Okay.
It was his dad's.
And there was a dog.
Would have been much creepier if it was the dad. No, that's
right. Yeah. That's why I was wondering if it was a setup to touch your peenies.
No. What do you think? But years later, I remember like seeing the dude. I remember seeing. I was at church with my mom, and I see the dude, and I'm like, I've seen your porn. And he was like, "What?" And I go, "Never mind. Never mind. Never mind." I didn't say.
Yeah, that's awkward, especially because you know what he's into.
That's what I'm saying. He's into the dog fucking porn.
Yeah. He's behind the church burying his own shit.
Right. The First Baptist Church.
The show sounds good.
It's good. It's great. It looks great. It doesn't look like anything we've ever made before either, which is awesome.
It looks dark.
It's dark, and we shot it dark, and it looks like a movie. Like we shot it like a film. I mean, it looks really.
Do you shoot your own stuff at times?
Yeah, we shoot. I shoot. I
mean,
don't.
where you're holding the
physically
camera?
hold the camera? No, never again. I'm very bad.
When was the last time you did it?
Super Size Me.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. It worked for that.
It worked for that. It was great for that.
Someone has a question about that. Actually, I hope I'm not putting you on the spot.
That's all fine.
You know how to get your way out of it.
Ronald.
Doug in Syracuse.
Yes, hi.
Hey.
I'm a big fan, Morgan.
Hey,
but
Doug.
there's like a conspiracy theory about Super Size Me that
I actually died at the end.
About it. Yes, but is that you use steroids to gain weight, and that was what caused the liver damage that you talked about during the documentary. How do you respond to that?
Well, that's completely not even close to being factually accurate. Wouldn't I have been like really strong as well if I had taken steroids? Couldn't I have like gotten bulked up?
I didn't see a pimple. I didn't see a pimple.
Back me.
Yeah, you didn't seem angry or rageful.
I didn't have any rage. No, that is not true. I was
You
not
look like
taking,
shit, actually.
I was not taking steroids.
Yeah, you looked horrible.
I looked you would think taking steroids, I would have actually, if I was taking steroids, I would have looked much better. But no, I did not take steroids.
You took your time with that documentary. It was filmed over, what was it, 100?
month.
A month, right?
Actually,
every day
and then,
for a month.
Yeah, and then we shot the rest of all the other interviews after that. All the other stuff.
And how much did you end up gaining again?
Almost 30 pounds, like 27 pounds in a month.
In 1 month.
Wow.
Good God.
And Doug, you think it was because of steroids?
It's not what I think. It's a internet conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff about it. That it might not be the steroids that you guys are talking about, like traditional rage-inducing steroids, being more like human growth hormones, or there are a lot of specific types of doping they talk about that would just cause an increase in body mass and would cause liver damage, because apparently there are people who've done similar attempts at the Super Size Me documentary. Another guy wrote like a book where he ate like the exact same stuff, and he gained weight but didn't have similar things. They couldn't reproduce it, and they're saying that would be caused by doping. That's the argument.
All right.
Well, I was on no prescription medication or no non-prescribed medication.
You were just
I was on
eating
no
your
medication.
face off.
I was just eating really bad food.
Like all day long you were eating.
That's right. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, all 3 meals. And if they ask
I haven't
you,
seen the documentary in a while, but it was
It was good. It looked delicious and then uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was good and bad.
he ruined them though. Because of him, they had all of a sudden, let's have apples and salad. That was not. They took away the supersize thing. They took away that didn't even exist anymore.
Is that because of you officially?
I would think.
They said when the film came out, they said because it was the film premiered at Sundance. 6 weeks later, they announced they were eliminating supersized options.
See,
and then the movie opened 6 weeks after that, and they said it had nothing to do with the film. The whole reason was menu simplification.
That's a lie.
Yes.
Yeah,
The word was out.
it was totally out.
The
You
word
can't-
was out.
right.
Oh shit, we're gonna look bad.
Horrible.
Oh man, are we gonna look
Horrible.
The creative brilliance behind just doing something that we've all eaten it, like just to go like, I'm going to eat every meal for a month and film the results. Like, what a smart thing to do, man.
Oh,
Smart.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the documentary. Where in the world is Osama bin Laden? So were you
Yeah.
close?
we were close. We were.
No, I know. I saw the film, but
Yeah.
I mean, in the end,
in the end, when they caught him, where they found him in Abbottabad,
Right.
We were in northern Islamabad,
Right.
Shooting. I'm trying to remember, when it would have been, probably around 2006, 2007, and we were probably about 15 miles from where they found him.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's pretty.
yeah.
so everyone had an idea, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you ever uncomfortable there or in danger at all? Or
There were times, we had a fixer that was with us the whole time. Everywhere we went, you would have somebody who's kind of just there to make sure your ass doesn't get blown up and or shot or kidnapped or anything. And so anytime we'd be filming in Islamabad or Peshawar, and I mean there were always people looking for Americans, looking
Right.
for targets. And the minute he would sense something was wrong, and he'd walk around as we'd be filming and just be listening to people as they were talking. And the minute he would hear something, anybody say something like "There's Americans over here" or "Here's where I am," he would come grab us and he'd just come lean into my ear and say, "It's time to go."
Wow.
Yeah.
And you would stop mid-shot?
Yeah, and we'd just stop. We'd stop shooting. We would say, "Great, let's get in the car," and we get in the car and leave and go to another place.
That fast.
And it was one of those where he said, "I said, how do you know?" He goes, "How do you?" I said, "How do you know it's bad?" He goes, "You just know." He goes, "You can just tell."
Right, sure.
And I said, and he goes, "You just stay until it's not too late, or else you just you have no idea what will happen."
You didn't tell people why you were over there, right?
When we were shooting, that we were looking for Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just
Yeah, we did.
you didn't say you were doing a documentary on
Exactly.
I don't
No
know.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Right. No.
I said we're looking for Osama bin Laden, and people
That's
were like, "Oh," and people would go, "Oh yeah, he's over
He's
there,
right over
And people
there.
would point over there.
Wow. But in the end, you were 15 miles away. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So you you would maybe he sensed people just kind of getting antsy watching you or something. It's really weird. Like you can't even go there to shoot something without knowing you're going to get kidnapped.
Yeah, I think that he used to especially at that time. This was fresh after it was probably 5 years after 9/11, and we still had tons of troops in Pakistan and Afghanistan. And his whole thing was, it was still very sensitive. And
I haven't seen that in a while, but I think it was your movie where the locals were watching wrestling. Was
Yeah.
that in your movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was, right.
Yeah.
Which amazed me at the time. Because he's going into all these homes and stuff, and they got wrestling on. They're huge,
right.
huge wrestling fans in the Middle East.
Like fake wrestling or wrestling
no,
wrestling?
Like WWE.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, fake
Like
wrestling.
they're
Huge fans.
Like they're watching The Rock and and Goldberg. And
I remember watching your documentary going, wow, man, in general, they want to be like
That's the common
everyone
thread.
else.
That's what keeps us together. That's what bonds us as humans.
In
is
general,
professional
I'll
wrestling.
say,
Yeah,
but
is
they
The
like
Rock.
wrestling. And I remember they had wrestling T-shirts on and stuff. I'm like, this is weird.
I went through it. Do you have a wrestling phase? I went through a wrestling
yeah,
phase.
yeah.
Oh, Sure.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Loved
totally.
it.
Oh, yeah, totally crazy about it. I remember Gordon Soley was the local guy on TBS, Ted Turner. It was just Georgia Southeastern.
Who's that?
Gordon Soley was the.
Do you know Gordon Soley?
He-
Of course, he's the voice of
He's
wrestling.
the voice of wrestling.
Yeah.
He's
What does
crazy.
that mean?
I don't know. He's a
like
legendary announcer. He's like Gorilla
I
Monsoon
really don't
or whatever
know.
his
Did
name
he make
was.
it to WWE?
No.
All right, then I don't know.
They went to. I remember they went. Pak Song was the evil Korean villain, and Mr. Wrestling #1 was in the hospital, and they were at Grady Hospital on the south side of Atlanta, and they're in the hospital, and Mr. Wrestling #1 is wearing his mask in the hospital bed, and Pak Song the villain runs in and fucks the bed up and makes it crunch him up. He pulls the IV out of his thing. There's a hole. I was like 12 years old. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life. There he is. There's Pak Song.
I don't remember him at all.
See, that would be under the sin of anger.
That's it. Wrath. Wrath.
Oh, right. Forgot. I always
Wrath.
forget wrath. That's one of them, right?
Wrath is one of them.
Is anger one of them or wrath? No.
Wrath. Wrath is the
Is anger.
Wrath
Oh,
is
okay.
anger.
Did you rewatch Seven before you started your show?
We didn't. I wish I would have. It's
That movie's fucking
I love that
creepy.
movie. I love that
Dark.
movie.
It's a great movie. Yeah, it's
Of course.
absolutely
So good.
totally good.
Yeah. So it's just like that movie, only better.
Only bad. well, give us some more things we're going to see this season.
Well, back in the last episode, which is one of my favorite episodes, there's a guy, because there's people who like older women. You know, everybody likes older women. Some people like even older women, and he particularly likes, you know, older ladies, like 70, 80, 90-year-old women. Like
Does he really, though?
He dates. Oh yeah, like his whole thing, he's turned on by old women, and he dates 90-plus-year-old women.
He doesn't
What does he like about
Stups them. They're very experienced.
Right.
As he says, you got to understand. You got to understand an old lady with dentures is like finding a unicorn.
He said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather fuck a unicorn.
Yeah, really, no kidding.
I'd rather sit on its horn than fuck a 90-year-old woman.
What was
wow.
That? What was the name of that porn we had laying around forever?
Exactly. Centurion or something?
Century Sex.
Centurion.
Yeah,
Centurion.
I knew it was something with 100.
We had a video that we would show our guests, everyone that we thought was cool, and it was called Century Sex. After their time on the show, they had to go in our office and check out a couple minutes of Century Sex, and they swore that the woman in this video was 100 years old.
Wow.
And she was bent over, and a guy that was probably 60 was dogging her.
Sure.
It is one of the most horrific videos we've ever had in our office.
My mom said the little old man that lived across the street from us, when his wife died, these two little old ladies started showing up, and so they were all in their 80s. Mm-hmm. And my mom goes over to him one day, sees him in there, and she's like, "What's the deal with you're a little bit old to be playing two different women?" And he's like, "Well, one of them fucks me and the other one will just blow me. I got to have both." And he was like 85 being a player with these two 85-year-old ladies.
Amazing.
I know. I was like, Mr. Holcomb. Way to go, Mr. Holcomb.
There was a question about the movie you did about Osama, a follow-up. Mm-hmm. But how would you do a follow-up movie?
Get some scuba gear?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly.
I'll get James Cameron to loan me that. Get him to loan me that submarine he's got. Yeah.
Let's go to Baker in Baton Rouge. We got Morgan Spurlock, who's been doing our radio show, I don't know, at least 12.
Many years.
Probably 14 years.
14, yeah, since about 2000.
And we mention it every time, I know, but,
yeah,
you know.
it's still awesome.
Let's say hi to Baker.
Hey, morning, guys. How you doing? Hey, Morgan, if someone accuses you of the steroid thing, obviously you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Everybody believes you, I think. But you won't bulk up if you take steroids. I mean, you have to work out to do that. That's not why I'm calling.
So it's obvious that Morgan Spurlock doesn't work out, is what you're saying.
Is that what you're saying? What are you trying to say?
Right.
I mean, you got to.
Well, hey,
how old were you when you made that movie?
30. It would have been 2000. It would have been about 33.
33. Yeah. You had nothing better to do at the time, so you're like, "Fuck, I got an idea. I'm going to go all in with this."
It's a great movie.
That's the problem.
It's a great movie. It's a great message.
Yeah. Go ahead, Baker.
Hey, we were sitting around with some buddies about 5 or 6 years ago. And we're all telling stories about what brothers fighting. And we got around to Bubba from South Alabama, and he and his brother got into a huge fight. And we asked why, and he said, "Well, my brother fucked my donkey." And so, what does that mean? And he said, "Well, we each had a donkey." And I walked into the cattle gap one morning, and he was fucking my donkey. And these guys didn't talk again for about 10 years. So. Apparently, this bestiality thing.
Jealous over a donkey?
Yeah. Or maybe the one guy didn't fuck it. Maybe he just said it was his pet.
Yeah. And the donkey never talked to him again either.
Yeah. Right. Imagine how hurt you'd be if you came home and there was someone dick deep in your ferret. You see your fish on the end of his cock like that. Help me look in its eye.
So we were all drunk. It was one of those things where I don't think I would have told that story, but he did. He ended up telling it. So he can't live it down now.
Oh, all right.
So anyway.
Donkey fucker.
Y'all have a good day.
Vice.com did a great little quick documentary on people
in Colombia.
People that fuck donkeys in Colombia.
It was great.
A certain village or something, specifically.
Where it's kind of understood.
It was just understood that
that's what they do. That's what you do.
A lot of the moms and stuff would rather their boys go and do that to kind of get some experience and stuff. It's an amazing piece of work. And I wasn't buying it. I thought, if you're going to do a documentary and, people are going to kind of give you what you want in a way. So sometimes I wonder if they're telling the truth. But at the end of this documentary, they actually showed a guy
Doing it to a donkey.
Wow, yeah.
Really?
It was blurred out, but you could see enough.
He was fucking it, yeah.
You
Wow.
could see enough.
What kind of experience are you going to get from that, though? That's like if you ever want to fuck a girl and they have her pull a cart up a hill.
That's right.
That's great practice.
It's like, that's why I keep wondering why the boys show up with hay for the date.
I want a stubborn woman.
Right, exactly.
It wasn't discouraged. It was encouraged for
Shoving a carrot in her mouth.
I was
when
going to
you're
say the
having
carrot on the stick. The carrot on the stick.
I don't like carrots. Why do you keep doing that?
All right, this guy wants to explain why the last caller was an idiot. Ryan in Buffalo, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? There is a connection between obesity and fast food in this country, for one. And for two, these conspiracy theory idiots, why don't you go eat fast food for a month to see if that works, and then you can prove your conspiracies. And there's a good video on YouTube, 9/11 Liars Club, Alex Jones, shuts down the 9/11 conspiracy retards.
I thought Alex Jones was a bit into the 9/11 conspiracy, though. Oh, he's gone.
I thought he was too. I thought
Right?
he was. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I don't know. I don't know what the guy's point was right there. Actually,
Now I got to go. Now I got to go check out that website.
But the other guy said there's people out there that are claiming they did exactly what you did and didn't gain as much weight.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's different. Everybody's different
Yeah.
metabolism.
Well, there was-
Exactly. That's the name of my new book.
Everybody's different. Donkey fucker.
No, it's a children's book. But it's okay to be different.
Oh, okay. It's a children's book.
Everybody's different. And at the end, they show like the kids who are like disabled or whatever is succeeding.
Did you write that with Mary Lou Henner?
No, does she have a book like that? I'll fucking kill her.
At what day were you sick of the food?
Early. Oh my God! It was
Like a week?
No, it was probably about a weekend. Yeah, because
weekend?
after about 8-9 days, I'd gone through like everything on the menu like once, and I was like on my second trip through the menu, and by that point I was like, I'm done.
Have you eaten McDonald's since?
No, not at all.
Not once.
But I love Shake Shack though, like Shake
I've
Shack.
never eaten there. It's
Shake
good.
Shack.
Shake Shack.
Yeah, I was
There's
there
a
yesterday.
line.
Good.
I was there yesterday.
love
Yeah.
I
Shake Shack.
avoid it at all costs. There's one in our neighborhood.
I know.
It's
Why
so
is it so
good.
good? Is it
It's,
like,
I don't know. They know how to make a burger and
They
the
grind the
fries.
meat,
and
yeah.
Yeah, it's like In-N-Out. It's probably the closest in New York thing to In-N-Out.
there's a line of like 80 people. I'm like,
It's
why?
crazy.
The best burger in New York is at the Park Meridian in that little burger joint in the lobby.
Oh yeah, that's a good burger.
Oh, yeah.
You've been there, right?
I have been there.
They line up every day around 11 o'clock for those burgers too, and there's nothing going on in this tiny little. It's as big as a studio
it's literally
with some
this
high
big.
tops, and you go in there and grab a bag.
We went there with Jay.
Huh?
Jay Moore, I think, took us there.
Yeah,
That's a good burger.
I met Henry Winkler there for the first time.
Did you?
Yeah,
Nicest guy on the planet.
Yeah, he really is.
he
He
stopped
is-
doing our show though. What's that about?
didn't stop doing our show.
It kind of did. I'm thinking.
No. He hasn't been around, right?
He kind of stopped doing it, right?
No.
I don't think he's been
He's
back
had
up
projects. He's had projects since. We've had him on a few times. He
Yeah.
is the nicest man living today.
Yeah.
The listeners loved him. He was just such a good guy.
You're up there, Morgan, but he's
He's the Fonz. What do you want?
Right.
What do you want?
I love Henry Winkler. So what about Wrath? What do you feature in Wrath?
Wrath, there are groups that I tell you the one thing is in Wrath that's fantastic. So there's a guy who has created a bullet that is basically called a multiple impact bullet. And his whole thing is that just having a bullet or having a gun in your house isn't enough to protect you, because you need a bullet that will really do damage if somebody comes inside. And so he's invented this bullet, and he has his family build it at their facility, and they put them together. And so basically when you shoot the bullet, it basically will expand out of the gun into like threes. So it'll go and spread out like a web. And so it's like, so there's a metal piece in the middle with three metal pieces that come out around it, that are tied by chains. And so basically when it goes into you, it will basically rip a giant hole in your stomach.
Does it work?
And it worked. Yeah. It's like, so we shot a bunch of animals with it in the film. You see like a pig and a cow just get ripped apart. It's disturbing.
Where'd you get the pig from?
It's amazing. Yeah, from down the road.
Right. Did someone fuck the pig before you shot it?
Well, we had
before you shot it.
We got a small budget, it's a dock budget. I want to make sure we're getting multiple uses out of our pigs.
Cable, basic cable. It's a cable budget.
We're using the pig for 5 of the sins.
Yeah, exactly.
What state does this guy live in that's making the bullet? Where's he from?
It was somewhere in the South. I thinking it was. I feel like it was either Tennessee or Alabama. I can't remember.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Fucking horrifying. Hits you more than once. It's like it stops short like a cartoon bullet. A boxing glove comes out and punches you.
It's incredible to see. Like the damage that bullet does is remarkable.
It's like a shotgun,
so
though.
good.
Doesn't a shotgun do the same thing? Kind of pellet?
Shotgun sprays, but this is just like a regular bullet you just put in a .38. You know, you could put in just like a pistol.
Little tiny chains.
Yeah. Little tiny changes rip
Can't
through
wait
you.
to see this.
It's a great show. Yeah, the Gluttony episode, which is the one that premieres tonight, is fantastically dark. We talk about a place because of our burger conversation. Well, it's a good transition back. Is there's a guy who has a place in Vegas called the Heart Attack Grill, where if you weigh over 350 pounds, you get to eat for free. Like there's a scale when you come in, and like if you weigh 350 pounds, and your meal's on the house. And
what's the upside of the? Is it like just let's go watch some fat pigs eat? Like, what is the upside?
That's his whole thing. He says his whole thing is that part of it is the spectacle of watching other people eat while they're in there. You know, he puts you in like he's a doctor. He calls himself Dr. John Basso, and then he puts you in like a patient's gown when you sit down to eat. All the waitresses are nurses, and the burgers you order are like a single bypass, a double bypass, a triple bypass, or a quadruple. The quadruple bypass is 4 patties, like 20 slices of bacon. It's like 10,000 calories, almost 10,000 calories. The milkshake is a triple fat milkshake made out of lard and butter, and it's 5,000 calories.
You taste it?
I did taste it. It's delicious.
It had to be.
It's delicious.
Is it fattening though?
It's no, it's totally fine.
But the point is, the guy has everyone talking about his joint, right?
That's right. And he said,
didn't someone have a heart attack?
Two
there?
people
They
have
did, right?
had heart attacks.
I
In the
remember
restaurant.
that being in the news last year.
And both of his spokespeople, have died of heart attacks.
Right.
People who are like the spokespeople of the restaurant have died.
What a weird place.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
It's like Kevorkian opened a restaurant.
It's exactly
Right.
what it's like. It's exactly what it's
Wow.
like.
But more importantly, can you get a salad in there?
Yeah, you can.
It weighs 50 pounds.
Yeah,
It's a 50-pound salad.
It's got human toes in it.
Right. It's got fried bacon and blue cheese crumbles.
Is that a picture of it?
This is the trailer.
that's him.
We're watching the trailer for.
Oh wait, let's watch the trailer. For real.
This is
For
the-
Morgan
he's making-
Spurlock's new show. What's the name of the show again?
7 Deadly Sins.
Yes, and it's on Showtime tonight at 11.
Tonight, 11 o'clock.
Let's listen to watch the trailer together. So we could critique it in front of you. This is the joint,
I
right?
own the Heart Attack Grill. It's a medically themed restaurant. We are the bad boys of hamburgers.
Jesus.
Our menu is purposely designed to be offensive. It's absolutely as unhealthy as possible. This is a single bypass burger, half of a pound, 5 slices of bacon. Everything's sauteed in lard, and then we slather chili over the top of double bypass, triple bypass, quadruple bypass. That's 9,983 calories.
Wow.
The butterfat shake.
This thick, rich, decadent piece of heaven. We also have lard fried fries.
Fresh cut potatoes deep fried in pure lard. Then we smother it in cheese and chili.
We have Jello shots that come in a syringe.
That's half vodka. Jasmine, can we have the cigarettes as well? A filter on a cigarette, it's like a condom during sex. We're selling a legal but lethal commodity. And we're selling it and selling it and selling it.
I
think the
like
show's going to do well.
that
Yes,
place
it looks
is
great.
great because it's honest about what it is. This is what we're serving, so you know exactly what you're getting when you walk in there.
And it's great. And his whole thing is like, the shoot we did with him, which is, it looks so great. And he just basically says, he goes, listen, I'm doing America a favor. He goes, I'm showing you how fat and disgusting you are.
he's lying.
It's like, it's great. His whole thing. He's
lying, though.
fantastic.
How many
trying to
calories?
spin it a little bit.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
there's a
But that's his
benefit.
whole spin.
Yeah,
That's his
I
whole
know.
spin.
I get
That's
it,
his
but-
whole spin.
How many calories are in the single?
2,500 calories in the single bypass.
But you're going to get fries and everything else,
Oh,
too,
of
along
course.
with that.
I couldn't finish a single.
But I could see so many just, quote, normal people who, eat relatively normal just going there for the,
For the shtick.
experience,
Yeah,
right?
you go in there for the experience.
Go there once or twice while you're in Vegas.
Yeah, it's packed all the time.
Oh, I can imagine.
Place is packed.
Does anyone have that fucking 10,000 calorie one?
Oh, yeah. No, people eat it all the time.
Has anyone finished it?
Oh, yeah. Lots of people.
Really?
Yeah. The best, there was a guy in there, and this one of my favorite people in the episode is we're in there shooting people in the restaurant, and this guy said, he goes, oh yeah, he goes, I just had a triple bypass, and he opens up his shirt, and there's a scar on his chest, and he goes, so I came in for a double bypass. I was like,
That's great.
That takes
That's
balls.
great. That's just somebody that does not give a
Can you
fuck.
imagine that? Can you imagine the,
Somebody just does not give a fuck about anything at
Yeah.
all.
just
He's like,
imagine
yeah.
the dump the next morning.
Exactly.
It looks like that chili it's going right on top.
God.
Are each of them an hour, Morgan, are they about an hour long?
That show's half hour.
Oh, half hour.
Show's half
All
hour, yeah.
So 7 of them, half hour. That's everybody can commit to that.
That's right. Anybody can. Yeah, come on, DPR that right now. It's great.
Yeah, but that was great to really stab Morgan there. Is it an hour? No.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Hey, you know.
No, but you don't. You say that. Is it a half hour? And then if it's an hour, he'll go, no, it's an hour. But then he'll go, it's half hour.
Yeah, Showtime didn't want to fully commit.
That's right. That's
awkward.
They just put in the tip. Just the tip.
That was uncomfortable.
Let me say.
That looks great, man. Looks really good.
We only have a couple more minutes with you, and I remember this from last time, and I think we want to do this again. Go ahead, Macon in North Carolina.
Yeah, man, I wanted to tell you I watched Brothers Keeper and a few of the other ones you recommended last time. And
awesome.
They were awesome. Brothers Keeper was ridiculous. It was haunting and awesome, and I had no idea what to make of it. I was wondering if you'd seen Dear Zachary.
Dear Zachary is one of my favorite films. That is.
You talked about that last time?
I didn't. No, but that's one of those that's a hardcore doc. It's not like the last time we talked about gateway docs of movies that you want to get people into watching documentaries, and then Brothers Keeper, which is my favorite doc of all time. But Dear Zachary is this incredible story about this guy whose best friend, he ends up losing his best friend, and so he wants to tell his best friend's child how awesome his best friend was, and basically wants to make a film about him just to educate him. And what then transpires over the course of this movie is unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Where do you get it? Netflix?
You can go on Netflix and see it. Dear Zachary.
Yeah, Morgan knows documentaries. That's why I took your call there, Macon.
American movie? Have you seen American movie?
I love American
That's that's crazy good. The Thin Blue Line was the first one that really got me into
what's
documentary.
American movie?
Tell him, Morgan.
Yeah, so American movie is about these two guys who want to make a film,
right?
And so basically, it chronicles these two guys in, I guess,
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin, who want to make a film.
Like a slasher, gore, cheap,
And it's basically it's a film about these guys trying to make a movie, and it is one of the greatest films ever.
It's hilarious. Yeah. The dude was on Letterman. He got a lot of press when it came out because
Mark Borchardt.
Yeah,
Mark Borchardt.
It was not intentionally supposed to be what it turned out to be.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Man. It's hilarious. It's really
awesome.
well done.
It's one of the funniest films you'll ever see.
I got a couple ideas for I love documentaries. I can watch a documentary every day.
Yeah, like if you like King of Kong, like if you like King of Kong, then you're going to love American movie.
That's one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, you'll love American movie. Then
you will love American movie.
These fellows reminded me of the horror film that I wrote. Fuck. I did. I wrote a horror film to be released in December. It's called The 12 Days of Murder.
Of murder.
Yeah, that's good.
Let me go to Psycho Bob. Psycho Bob.
Hey, good morning, Ope.
Hey.
Hey, I think that bullet that you guys are talking about, it's called an RIP bullet, made by a company called G2 Research. It stands for Radically Invasive Projectile.
Wow.
I'm going to look it up.
There's a good video on YouTube with it.
Awesome.
Can we see that on YouTube?
Yeah, I want to see that. Someone wants to know, too, Morgan, how you got around the animal cruelty thing.
With what? Oh, in this episode?
Pig.
Oh, with the pig? Well, it was already dead. I didn't physically kill it.
Oh, I was actually wanting to ask you about that too.
Yeah, we shot an already dead animal just to show it kind of.
Your staff members choked it out before you filmed it.
Poked his eyes out.
I found it in my trunk. What do you mean? I don't know how it got
from West Virginia. He travels with a pig.
That's right.
Kicked it in the asshole for no reason. Poor thing.
All right, here's the RIP RIP ammunition high speed slow motion test of this thing. Bullet comes out.
Good camera.
They gotta move the camera to the right.
Yeah, I know. I don't need to see the bullet ejecting.
What the hell?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Is that water? Yes.
All right. Well.
It's going into like a brick of water or something.
Yeah, that would do some damage.
It's showing the expanse.
A little bit. Okay. I'm sure Morgan did a better job at the bullet on his show.
Was that ice?
Yeah, it looks like it was ice.
Oh, it's ice.
Went through a block of ice. Go to what? Our Facebook? Eric, you putting all these videos up there? What's the Facebook these days?
What are you in there, on Hulk Hogan's page?
Facebook.com/ONA show.
Okay. All right, and our Twitter is the same still, ONA show. All the videos that we talk about, we tweet out for you guys. and put it on our Facebook. I think you got to go, Morgan. Unfortunately,
That's all good.
They told us.
So is Ant going to come back?
Oh boy!
Am I allowed to ask that
Yes,
question?
of course.
Oh boy!
That's why I'm here. We're going to change it to Opie and Opie.
We don't know, man.
We have no idea.
We honestly don't. He's got his own show on his website now.
Yeah.
Which he's actually filming from his house. He has a fucking
It's doing well.
$50,000 studio in his house. We don't know.
He actually has a better.
I want him back.
He actually has a better setup than us.
Right.
He does. So we don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if he wants to come back.
Right.
I don't know. It's all up in the air.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to figure it out.
He's
Fuck
getting
you,
his
Morgan.
sleep work. Yeah. I'll say one thing Anthony did that was smart is he
Thanks
said,
for bringing it down. Thanks for bringing it down,
getting up in the
Spurlock.
morning.
Wow. He asked us as he's leaving. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Sorry. Salt in the wounds. before I
Showtime,
go.
11 o'clock.
Yeah,
Showtime.
exactly.
Tonight at 11 on Showtime.
No, listen. I was sad and hurt when I heard that.
Sure.
Yeah, as I'm sure everybody was.
It obviously was a big hit. So.
Yeah. Well,
That's it.
I'm sorry. I miss him.
I don't think the O&A days are over.
Yeah.
I think we're just taking a break right now.
We
so-
want to do a road show on the back of a truck like Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney.
With some elixirs.
Say, or is it the girl?
Doggone girl is
They're selling elixirs from the back
Yeah,
of the truck.
elixirs. Say.
You got a little say for us, E-Rock?
The girl's mine.
All right, Morgan, what's the big
Thank you,
plug?
guys.
Showtime tonight.
11
the
o'clock.
7 Deadly Sins at
Yes.
11 o'clock.
11
Right on.
o'clock. Yeah. Tune in. You'll dig it.
What's the first one? What are we starting with tonight?
Gluttony's tonight.
Okay.
The one that we
The
just
burgers.
saw.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll have that guy. We have
Do I
Darling
follow
Nikki.
you on Twitter?
Yeah, it's at Morgan Spurlock on Twitter.
I don't know if I follow you. I'm going to follow you right now. Morgan Spurlock on Twitter.
Yeah. At Morgan
That was
Spurlock.
my
Yeah.
way of saying you better fucking follow me.
I'll follow you back.
I'm kidding.
That's a deal.
And my the second part of my Whitney Cummings, Cummings episode's
Morgan.
up today on Vice.com.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Plug that.
Yeah, we played the bit today. It was hilarious.
That was from part
I love
one.
Whitney Cummings.
I do too.
Oh,
She's
part 2
terrific.
is today, right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You're right.
She's great.
Yeah, I interviewed her on the show, and she's really open, and she's very funny and extremely forthcoming.
Yeah.
Like, she's a mess,
Yeah.
and I say that lovingly.
Right.
I respect that. You know,
An open mess.
Yeah, she's brutally honest.
Oh, yeah? All right, now I'm following you. I'm sorry. I should have followed you all along. Morgan Spurlock on Twitter. Did you talk to her about the 2 shows that she lost? Because she's
only one. She lost the other one. She's executive producer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we talked about money and
Right.
all that stuff in her fucking.
I thought I liked it. I actually I did like her show.
Oh, Whitney.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever actually saw a full
It was
episode. I
good.
only saw clips.
Did they do a full season? Or
2.
Yeah, two.
Two full seasons. Yeah.
And then
Totally.
they canceled it.
It was edgy and
Yeah, but she describes how they canceled it and how they let her know, and it's just like she's smart though. The way she looks at it, she doesn't look at it like bitter, but the way she describes the cancellation, you're like, oh, fucking show business just stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, it is weird what they do. I mean, I don't have as much experience as you guys, but when we were doing the XFL for NBC, whatever. We survived 6 weeks, but they were kind of happy at first for a little while. And then I remember being in the elevator with the guy that was kissing my ass and pretty much blowing me. We were at Giant Stadium.
Anthony.
Me and Anthony get on the elevator after we filmed all this shit at Giant Stadium for the next episode or whatever.
Yeah.
With the guy that's been blowing us for the last couple months. He didn't even say hi to us. And sure enough, like 2 days later, we got word. I'm like, really? Said you couldn't have just a conversation with us?
Yeah, dead man walking.
Yeah, totally. It's the most horrible, awful.
He kind of nodded at us because he had to, because we were in an elevator. But I remember telling Ann, I'm going, oh, that ain't good. What the fuck is that? And then sure enough, we got the call very soon after that it was over.
When you were so awful, Jeff Foxworthy is one of the nicest people on the planet Earth, and when you can make him want to choke somebody, I saw him lunge across a table, going, "You motherfucker!"
Really?
Yes. I mean, this is a guy I hadn't heard him say "damn" until this, and I saw him lunge across the table with this TV executive.
Was it Larry or Ron?
It's Ingval. It was Ingval. It was Ingval.
Wow, we really got to
Awesome.
get more
Thank
into
you,
that.
guys.
We got Vic Henley. Don't forget, Jimmy's going to be at Cobb's this weekend.
Tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. I fly right after the show.
Right, we still got more radio, but we want to get that in. Morgan, always a pleasure.
Appreciate
you know
it,
that.
guys. Thank you.
See you
again.
next time.
Thank you.